Hello dear Cancers, I'm Empress Rose and welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we're going to take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your storyline or your energy wave on this reading, check your other major placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I can only say those all together at once. I don't know, it's like the alphabet, you know? You learn it in one order and it just sticks that way. All right, we're already shuffled here and ready to go. We've got the Oracle Mystical Moments deck, and we're going to get you a reading going on for this week. All right, dear Cancer. This is relevant for when it finds you. All right, Oracle Mystical Moments. What do we have here? We don't have a lot of willingness to talk. Oracle Mystical Moments is a little tired this week, it seems like. All right, but we got 4. All right. Cancer, day and night here. We have a brand new beginning, a new opportunity, something really lovely. Your life has shifted and you have it in your hand. You have this new thing that's in your hand. Unfortunately, you're not fully able to focus on this brand new, fabulous sunshine here that you have in your hands because we're dealing with some darkness back here. So this could be a memory. This could be some depression. It's clouding how we're moving towards the future. And we're still dealing with it. Even though we have this brand new, beautiful, sunny beginning, we're still having to deal with something, some sort of depression, and it's interfering with our ability to appreciate the moment and appreciate where we're actually at today. You've changed, pure nature. This is an irreversible change. This is like puberty change. Like you're never going to go back to the person you were before. That's a great change because oftentimes we can feel like we turned over a new leaf only to find ourselves back in the same old habits again a few months down the line. So the way that you've changed recently, this is a permanent change. You've bloomed, you've grown, you've gone from the bud to the full-blown rose. But you're never going to go back to being a bud again. So that can either be fabulous or not so fabulous. If the older you get, the more your birthdays are like, wow, we're really not going back, are we? We're going forward. So, but this is moving forward, pure nature. You are in sync with nature. You're in sync with the rhythms of the universe. You are blooming right on time. We have home in the sky. These are birds. They're not talking. There's some stagnant energy here. We're waiting. We're waiting for something here. Something to clear, the air to clear. We have a smoggy little situation. This card is so strange to me because these birds could fly, but they'd rather stay home. They're home. This is a little quarantine-y here. They're home and they're not moving anywhere, and their houses aren't going anywhere, and they're not talking. They're not tweeting. This is like a break from communication, a break from going places. This is a big pause with a little bit of stagnant energy in it. You're not going to move forward till the wind blows. That's the kind of transportation you've got here. You're not moving forward. So I think this is like really, things are up in the air. Nothing's moving forward though. We have some stagnant energy. Things are up in the air. And we're not moving forward yet, which is what we're getting really here from here. But you are growing. Just not a lot of movement. And then we've got moon dance here. We've got halfway through a tricky spot, a tricky situation. You're tiptoeing along. And these 3 little birds here are always going to tell me that everything is going to be okay. But it may not feel okay right now. You're kind of in a precarious position. You're relying only on your intuition. You're moving forward step by step. It's called moon dance. So you're moving forward with your intuition. So we don't have fast movement here, but we do have some kind of movement, a growth going on here. So we are moving forward, even though it doesn't seem like it, and it is a little precarious, and we're possibly moving from this depression into this sunshine, or we're moving towards that, but it is a precarious, slow going, yeah, it's precarious and slow going, but you're gonna get there. You're blooming. You're gonna be able to embrace the new, what's on the other side of this all, this stagnation, this slowness, this tiptoeing forward. You're going to be able to embrace the new beginning. That's the direction you're headed. All right, so Moonology here for another little piece of the puzzle that we are putting together for you this week. Cancer. Take. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. So the focus is going to be on communicating, talking about it, talking things out, making sure you know how you feel and making sure other people know how you feel. Talking about it. I think you got this last week too, talking about it. You're here to talk about it. You're not talking about it yet, but there's this might all clear up if you do start talking about it, when you do start talking about it. Gosh, these look like very similar. I mean, I don't memorize, all the cards I get from each week, but this is ringing a bell for Cancer from last week. All right, we've got our new Ethereal Visions deck here. Lots of gold and beautiful stuff, but these are all prepared and already shuffled. All right, Cancer, here's your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Okay. In your recent past, you have this Ace of Swords. You have a moment of truth, an epiphany, something that you finally understood you finally put it all together and finally understood what was happening or what was going on. And is an epiphany, maybe it's saying communication is key here. So maybe it wasn't necessarily a truth that was spoken, but it was a truth that was understood and seen with a lot of clarity. A new idea, an epiphany, something true. In your present situation, you have this Six of Cups. This is nostalgia for past situations, a past emotionally fulfilling situation. We have the two kids playing here. They're putting their lovely little flowers in their little cups. This was a very emotionally satisfying situation from your childhood. It's kind of come back, or there's something about that that's sitting around in your present moment now. You're revisiting this somehow, either through memory or through actually seeing someone from your past, or just revisiting a happier moment, remembering happier moments. This could have to do with children and just the presence that they bring us into, as far as bringing us into the present moment with them. So this has to do with probably someone from your past and something from your childhood that's coming back. And it's bringing a lot of satisfaction and joy and nostalgia. In your inner landscape, we are dealing with the Wheel of Fortune. So within you, you're thinking about issues such as luck and turning of the tide. And I think, you're hoping for some luck. With this deck in this placement, sometimes these are reading as like hopes or fears. So you might be just dealing with hopes and fears around luck and around things changing. And maybe you're changing inside and your Wheel of Fortune is turning. This is like, it's the carousel. Sometimes the ponies are up, sometimes your pony is down. Someone else's pony can be up, your pony can be down, and you just kind of feels a little random sometimes about luck, So, but you're thinking about luck. You're holding the concept close to you. We can't see. I think you're trying to. You want to know what's coming down the pike, obviously, because you're watching this. But you don't necessarily. You can't know. Oh my gosh, I have something in my eye. I love that. I'm like, you can't see. You can't see. I have something in my eye. Yep. So you're not able to see where this is going. You want to. And sort of something inside you might be changing and might be shifting to a more positive outlook from a more negative outlook. That's wonderful. My phone's still, yeah, turning everything off every time I get a text. I thought I fixed that. We had a little talk. It didn't, apparently, we came out with different conclusions, my phone and I. So this could be talking about something inside you shifting from a more negative outlook to a more positive outlook, and this can affect your life. The luck that you experience in life can be profoundly affected on your mentality. And I mean, it seems a little unfair sometimes. You know, you're already, when you're down, your luck seems to get worse. But it's sort of a well-studied. Seligman has some work on optimism and how that affects actually, so some scientific work, social sciences, on how our perceptions and our optimism and our mentality actually create and open up doors and opportunities for us. So you could be dealing with something inside of you that's opening up to a more positive way of looking at things, which relates very strongly to your luck. At issue is the Seven of Pentacles. So we would take this upright normally, and we would be saying that we've done a lot of work and we're just waiting for the results. You've put in the work and you're waiting for the fruit to ripen. But this is an issue. So I feel like we're either very impatient, or we didn't put in the work. Something's not ripening, something's not coming to fruition. And that's the issue that you face. It's not coming to fruition. And that's either because you did not put in the work when you were supposed to put in the work, or that's because you're just feeling impatient and this fruit's ripening too slowly for you. And so you'll know if you put in work or if you just like laid around and didn't do any work and are just sort of expecting something to grow when you didn't plant any seeds and didn't do any weeding. So you'll know which one of those you are, I hope. You'll have enough self-awareness to know whether you put in hard work or you didn't. Not all of our work has to be hard, especially if you're enjoying what you're doing. It's not hard. So the term hard work is something that's very fascinating to me. Like, what constitutes hard work? Who defines what hard work is? And is work hard, like just by its nature? Or do you just like work at something like, I don't know. It's a very interesting question to ponder, at least in my mind. So either you're impatiently waiting for something you've definitely put some work into, or you are impatiently waiting for something you haven't done any work for, and you're waiting for fruit to sprout from plants you never planted or weeded. So that's creating an issue. In your environment, you have this Three of Pentacles. So you have like a team. You have a team assembled. You have the team with you. They're assembled. They're here to help. You guys are here to confer, to talk about where you want to put that, what's next. And you're all going to be working together. So teamwork makes the dream work kind of vibe here. So you've got a team here that's ready and willing to help you maybe transition from these darker things to this lighter thing and grow. And communication is definitely going to be key if you're got teamwork going on here. And then in your to-do list is death. So it's time for you to die. Just kidding. That's not this card. This card is a transition. You are supposed to, oh yes, you are transitioning from this bud, this darkness held up tight. It's a pretty major transition to a more positive situation. This is a birth card also. You know, it's the mom becoming two. This is just a major transition, but the card does focus on the ending. So, but the rules are for every ending, there's a beginning. So you need to close out a chapter, stop something. It's a pretty big life transition. It's probably tricky. It's probably, oh my God, yeah, look at that. Not going very fast, very slow, very impatient. Not impatient. Sometimes we've been as patient as we can possibly be, right? But it's just not moving, and you're starting to feel impatient because you have this stagnation here. So I think you probably did put in some work here. You have this stagnation, and you're not there yet, but you do have a team. And you are closing out. It's a major transition. There's a big transition that's going on in your life. And which akin to this, an irreversible, it's not just like I changed up a habit. It's like a whole life situation is changing, and you're saying goodbye to something. You're saying farewell to some chapter, a chapter of your life, and you're moving on to the next chapter. But this card in this deck particular focuses on the closing of the chapter. But the rules are that there was an opening of the chapter at the same time. So, because that's just how the universe works. So you have an ending, you're saying goodbye. You'll also be saying hello, but you're saying goodbye to something, some situation. In your possible outcome is this Queen of Cups, this intuitive, emotional energy. This could be you embodying this energy. This could be a person. The court cards tend to represent actual people. Someone coming in could be part of your team here that's here to help you with this pretty big transition in life, this pretty big change. You've been waiting for it. You put the work in, and you're ready for it. You're ready for this change, actually. It's pretty delicate and slow going, though. Queen of Cups here is where you're headed, possibly. This emotional maturity, emotionally balanced, very emotional though, very intuitive, very maternal vibe here. You've got someone, you or someone else offering a cup of love. There's something else about this card that caught me and caught my attention. Hold on. Yeah. So subconscious and creativity is just as a different reading than I was used to. So I wanted to double check that. So creativity coming in, and intuition and emotional offerings and that kind of thing. So this could be someone embodying that creative vibe and that creativity, or this could be you getting creative, trusting your intuition, dealing with subconscious issues and stuff like that, and blooming, growing into the Queen is fairly well developed. You know, she's not the master of the suit, so we go through a typical patriarchal interpretation where the king is the master, but the Queen is she's very close. She's very good. She's got her own vibe and her own sort of nurturing vibe, and she's the master of, yep. She's the master in her own way, in a different way than what we usually think of. So, all right, Cancer, I hope that was helpful for you. And so just remember, communication is key, and it is time to say goodbye to a pretty big chapter in your life. So I hope you have a wonderful week.